Put my glasses, child. Hi, Karen. How are you? What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday night. How's everybody doing? Ooh, child, I feel like the Arctic out here, honey. Woo. Spring, where are you? Spring, where are you? Hey, Brenda, how you doing, sis? I'm good. Good, y'all. Just cold. I did warm my car before I left the job, but you know when you had those automatic starters, they only like start your car for like 5 minutes and then it shuts off. So the car was semi started and only stays for like 5 minutes. When I got this car, I didn't know anything about the automatic starters, like the key thing, start the car from when you in the building. I never had these type of cars before, so I'm like, I don't know how to work these fancy cars. So, but blessing to have them in the wintertime. That way you don't have to go out to I always had like older cars, so I never had a car where I had to start it with a automatic starter. So I'm blessed to have it. Blessed to have a car in this type of weather, child. Oh my God, it's so cold. Pray for anybody out here that don't have anywhere to stay tonight. It is too cold out here to be out in the street. And the sad part about that is you just gonna be out here in the street. Nobody's gonna open up their doors to strangers, and I understand that. But I hope that everybody that's homeless can seek shelter tonight. And for the rest of the winter, I hope people seek shelter as they need it. Because this is no joke. This type of weather right here, you will wake up frozen. Frozen like a popsicle. It's a shame, and a lot of people had died out in the streets. I don't understand like why somebody would rather stay in this type of weather than stay in a shelter. Like, I'm sorry, I stayed in a shelter with no problem. The fact I stayed in a shelter and didn't have a problem, I didn't mind the rules and everything. But the thing about the shelter is a lot of people that don't want to stay in a shelter, a lot of them are drug addicts. So they're out in the streets looking for drugs. So the drugs pretty much run their life and the drugs control them. The drugs will be like, you gonna come out here looking for me at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You can't get out the shelter at that hour, at those hours. So a lot of the drug addicts are the ones that mainly say, I ain't staying in no shelter. I ain't staying in no shelter because they want to be out in the streets chasing those drugs. So those are the main people that be sitting out in the streets, and I couldn't risk my life. Like, God forbid I couldn't risk my life in this type of weather. Because you're really risking your life if you don't have anywhere to stay out here in this cold. Because you're going to freeze to death. Yeah, me too. But spring is on the way. Spring is on the horizon. They say I think after this week, they say next week is supposed to warm up. So I guess we'll see. I mean, it's still early in the winter. So not really early. It's kind of almost towards the end of winter because spring is in March. But even when spring comes, it's not going to start being warm like automatically. It's still going to take a couple of weeks for it to like cool off the spring weather. So we got we got, what is this? We in February. I'm thinking we in January. We're in February. Beginning of February. So we got February, March. We got like another 2 months. It'll start cooling off in about 2 months, I would say. But I do like living in a climate where we get it all because I wouldn't want to live in places like California where it's just summer all year round, or Miami, Florida. It's too hot. I want to have all the seasons. I'm glad we live in an area like I live in an area where we get all seasons. I don't want to just stay focused on one season. I want to have it all. So yeah, I want all the seasons, my dear. All of it. I need it all. I need it all, darling. Here it's alcoholism. I don't know. You said here it's alcoholism. What do you mean? The homeless people are. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. Somebody gave me a gift. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see you bought me a gift. I don't really know how they work. I guess it's like a few cents, which is nice. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. I did not want to even go live tonight. I didn't go live last night because I just said I didn't want to. But tonight I was like, well, I'll do it. I really don't have much to say, but I think I did all my talking this morning when I was on my way to work. So I've been doing a lot of AI videos, right? On my other phone, I've been doing this AI app that I have, and it turns like your pictures into like a video or something, which is really cool. So if y'all ever see any AI videos of me, y'all just know I'm playing. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. It's a little fun to do the AI videos. It's fun. So please don't come here and judge me. So if y'all see AI videos, they're only going to pop up in my shorts, like the 1 minute videos. The AI videos are only like not even 60 seconds long. So if y'all see the AI videos, please don't be like, oh, what is this? Like, I'm having fun. It's like artsy. It's an art. It'll take your photo or your video and it'll turn it into like a movie kind of. So I think it's fun. I think it's neat. I definitely want to go far with the. I want to test. I want to play with the AI stuff and see what I could, come up with. I think it's a fun little hobby for me to figure out and do and play with the AI. I'm playing with the AI, y'all. We just having a good time. Cause y'all know some of them AI videos, I be cracking up at them. The old ladies that be petting the bears and all that type of AI stuff. I think it's fun. I can tell AI videos when you see them. I mean, anybody should be able to tell. Okay, that's an AI video. Anybody should be able to tell that. But it's just a fun artsy type of thing. I think it's fun to do, fun little hobby to have. So I was like, let me try my hand at the AI stuff and see what I can do. Just play around with it. Because I can literally turn my pictures, my still pictures, into a video, and AI will turn it into like whatever I tell it to turn into. Like today, I made an AI video. I said, I want to fry some chicken inside my car. So I put in woman frying chicken in her car. So I took one of my pictures, and then the picture that I put in there, they had me in a SUV frying chicken. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. Thought it was kind of cute. Kids love that type of stuff. So I thought it was kind of cutesy. But child, my hair need to be washed. So bad. My hair need to be washed. Super bad. Super bad. And when is Easter in March or April? I know Easter is our next like major holiday, major national holiday in America. But I'm just trying to see when Easter is. I don't even know. I mean, I'm not going to be going to church anyways for it. Yeah, I think I'm done with church for a while, y'all. I'm not going to even say that I'm going to go back. I don't know. I might not go back to church at all because church people have really, really shown themselves of who most of them really are, and most of them are the same. So, very judgmental, very, high up on their pedestal of life. I go to church 7 days a week and I'm better than you. That's how most religious church folks rotate. Because that's how my parents were, and that's how I grew up. I grew up in a Pentecostal church, so we went to church every Sunday. My mom went to prayer, Bible study. She attended everything. And I followed in her footsteps because I believed in that. I believed in the religious part, but the spiritual part is not really talked about as much. But life is more spiritual than it is stupid religion crap. So I was caught up in that cult like behavior with the church. And I know I don't believe every church is like this, but a lot of church goers are just like that. So this is why a lot of people don't want to go and very judgy. Oh, you never had off for seasons. What state are you in, Karen? I'm glad we get off for seasons. I don't want to just have one season. If it could just be two seasons for me, I would like fall and spring. That's it. Fall and spring. I could do without the summer. And I could do without the winter. But the only thing, the downside, like every summer, I always say, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the beach and get me a good book and just go out to the beach one day on a nice day on the beach where it's not too hot and it's not too chilly. That way I can wear a little bathing suit, I can get in the water a little bit and then sit down, have my lunch, and have me a beach chair and have me a big giant beach umbrella. I had all my beach umbrellas and everything. I got rid of all of them. I just let them all go because I couldn't store it. Like being homeless and stuff like that, I had to let go of a lot of stuff. So all my big beach umbrellas, I let go of. So now I'm going to go to Sam's Club and probably get me another one. I can get a beach umbrella, like one of them big giant ones. I can get them for like $30. So I'm going to get me another one, even though I threw the ones away that I had because I didn't know how long I would be in this predicament. But I could still just invest in getting me one more because all I need is one. But I had beach umbrellas from like my past, and I had them for years. And I was just looking at old pictures of my life from years ago, and I just be like, damn, I can't believe that certain moments of my life I remember. I look at pictures and I'm like, Dad, I remember this moment, and I get kind of like choked up a little bit, like, wow, time goes by so fast, man. I remember certain moments of my life, and I'd be like, damn, wow, my life. Georgia, are you in Georgia? Oh, so Georgia only get two seasons? I thought Georgia get summer, winter, spring, and everything. Okay, okay, Georgia. Okay, Georgia. What did I have for dinner today, y'all? I had some oodles and noodles, and I had some avocado. I cut up an avocado, ate that. Cut up the avocado, and then I had a boiled egg. I ate my boiled egg. And I also got some farm fresh eggs. This lady at my job, she has a friend that has a farm. So on the farm, she has chickens, and she said chickens lay eggs in the wintertime too, but more so in the summer. They lay more eggs in the summertime. So I was like, oh, okay, because I'm gonna buy the eggs from her. She gave me a dozen of eggs for $5. A dozen of eggs, farm fresh, for $5. So I was like, okay, okay. So I got 2 dozen from her because I eat eggs in the morning. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna make me some grits if the girls leave the house because I only make like a kind of big breakfast, like a heavy breakfast on Sundays when like I know the women they get up and leave the house. So when they leave, I'm gonna be in that kitchen making me some farm fresh, something for breakfast, which is gonna be some bacon, um, bacon grits and some eggs because that's all I have really. So I'm gonna make me some tomorrow too, and I'm gonna take my time this time because when I made the breakfast before, I was kind of felt like I was rushing myself a little bit. So, and I had enough breakfast to save for like the rest of the day. So all day tomorrow, all I'm gonna have is breakfast and for dinner because that's what I did. So yeah, but yeah, so I bought 2 dozen eggs from the lady at my job because she has a friend that has a farm and they have chickens. And she was like, and she bought more chickens. So she said the chickens lay more eggs in the summertime. She said they lay eggs in the winter too, but she's like in the summer they lay more. So I was like, oh wow, cool. If I was on a farm, I would definitely get chickens. But how many I would get, it would probably, because you got to take, chickens are very dirty from what I'm hearing. Like, very dirty to take care of. Because all they do is crap all over the place, and you got to clean it up. Yeah, I love avocado too. I had bought, I got some avocados from ShopRite the other day, and they were in this little net bag, right? So I think you got like 5 of them, and they were really cheap. They were only like 3 something for like 5 avocados. So I thought that was a good deal because they were like $1 something per piece, but it was a whole bag. So I was like, okay, let me get these. They were hard. It only took like 2 days for those avocados to soften up. So now I think I got like one left. I got one left, and I'm gonna eat that tomorrow, right with my breakfast. I just love me a nice little avocado, honey. Because I haven't been eating no meat. I haven't. The only meat I've consumed since I've been at this house was bacon. That's the only thing I had, and I only had that last Sunday when I was off. On my days off on Sundays, I just make myself a nice little breakfast for me. Just sit down and eat my breakfast. So every Sunday, I'm going to just dedicate myself to just time for myself, sleep in, get up, do my yoga, make me a nice cup of coffee, make me a nice breakfast, and it feels nice, you know. But I'm gonna make those grits tomorrow. It's gonna be on a whole nother level. I love me some grits, but the last time I made grits, they wasn't really that great. So this time tomorrow is gonna be a lot better. So I woke up this morning, did my yoga, I took me a nice shower. So yeah, I felt pretty darn good, guys. I can't complain. I had a good morning and I'm having a decent night. So I just come here and talk about myself, talk about my life, talk about my situation. If you guys don't know me, if you guys are new here, I used to be a homeless single woman and now I live in transitional housing. So I'm one step closer to getting my own apartment at some point in time in my life. At some point in time in my life, we're going to get that place, honey. I don't know if I want to get a house or, but we're going to see how things go, okay? I have some plans, honey. I got plans. I got plans. Remember I told you the other day I was so upset that my credit went down like 10 points. And then a couple days later, the points went right back. Like my credit shot back up. I think since I'm paying all my stuff on time, it's really, really good for my credit. So I'm like, oh yeah, like I said, by the end of 2026, I'm going to be at excellent credit score. I will be. I will be. I tell you no lie, I will be. I tell you no lie. I love looking at these houses. Like when I'm driving past these houses, since all the snow, like this, the snow in front of the houses, it looks like an ice skating rink. It looks like you can get some ice skates and go skating on top of the snow. That's how much it is. And when it rained or sleet, it just evened everything out. And when the sun comes out every morning, the sun melts a little bit of the ice, and then the ice at night it'll freeze back over. So now it just it's so pretty when you ride past places. It just looks so shiny. It look like an ice skating rink. It looks so freaking cool. But you can bust your butt on that stuff too. So don't trip about it. You can bust your tail on this ice. Because I fell on ice one time, and this was a couple of years ago. I slipped on ice, and trust me, I was trying to see if I could sue for sure. They were like, "Oh no, it was plowed, and it had salt down, so I couldn't really do anything because they did plow it." But I was definitely looking to sue, but I still was in so much pain. But I was trying to find me some money, honey. I sure was. Oh, I need my hair washed so bad. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it this week though, because I'm just tired. I'm always tired, and I got the nerve to be saying, "Oh, I need a second job, child. How am I going to have the strength to do anything, Lord Jesus? Got to work 7 days a week to pay some bills, and that's not even cutting no cheese. It's crazy out here." Well, everybody has their own refrigerator, so it's 5 women in the house. I mean, let me count. One, two, three, four. No, it's 6 women in the house. It's 6 women in the house, and it's 3 refrigerators. So they have a refrigerator in the kitchen. They have a refrigerator out in this little dining area. They have a refrigerator there, and there's a refrigerator inside of the garage. There's a garage to the house, so there's a refrigerator out there. So yeah, that's the refrigerators. They got 3 refrigerators, thank God, because 6 women and 1 fridge is not gonna cut no cheese. So they got 3 refrigerators in that house. So each girl shares. Um, 2 girls share 2 girls to a refrigerator, and everybody has like a cabinet space or whatever. But like, I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of food. I have to go hopefully Monday sign up for more food stamps because I'm going to sign up for food stamps. Yes, I am. Because if I can get them, I'm going to get them instead of spending money on food. I've been spending money on food like the last couple of years because I just haven't had time to actually go down there and just take my time to go fill it out. So, but I have to do it now. Like, I can't keep, like, you know what I mean, procrastinating, because that's what I've been doing. If I can get food stamps, I might as well get them. You know what I mean? So I got to fill out for that this week for sure because I need them. You know, I've been spending money on food, and the money that I don't have to spend on food, if I get my food stamps back, I can take that money and put it in my gas tank. You know what I mean? One thing about me when it comes to my money, I'm very frugal. I don't sit here and spend like stupid spending, like dumb stuff. Oh, I got paid, so let me go to the mall and go buy me some outfits. Like, I don't. I would say I was in that mind phase when I was a little bit younger, like 20. I thought I needed all these clothes and all this stuff stacked up that I don't even wear. Like, I used to just be stupid. But as I got older, I just became more frugal. I said, I don't spend money on anything that I don't need. Okay, we need food to survive or whatever, whatever. But I'm not out here spending money dumb wise. Like, I'm just not doing it. It's survival mode for me. Like, really. And I hate living in survival mode, but that's the mode that I'm in, survival. And a lot of people are living in that mode. A lot of people are out here just, going to work every day, trying to make ends meet, and tired while doing it. So it's tiring. But yeah, it's three refrigerators in the house. So my refrigerator is in the garage. And I don't like going out there in my fridge too much because they have stuff out there and I have to like maneuver myself around and even get to my refrigerator. So I wanted to say something to the main chick in the house. The main girl in the house is kind of the one that's the overseer a little bit. So I wanted to say something to her, like, who's all that stuff? Like, I don't know if that's y'all stuff. Like, whose personal belongings? When you live in a house setting in these transitional housing settings, it is not a storage space because it's not your personal home. Whoever's garbage, or I'm not gonna call it garbage. Lord forgive me for saying that because that's rude. Whoever's personal belongings is in the garage needs to get that crap out of there. Move your crap. Please move it. Because it's in the way when people got to go like wash clothes and stuff. Like, whose crap is that? And I'm going to ask them when we have our meeting, because we have a house meeting on Mondays. We all just talk about whatever issues are going on or just try to, okay, who got this chore this week? So, whoever stuff that is, please move your stuff around because in transitional housing, that's not a storage container. This is not our personal home. So we can't bring all of our personal stuff. Oh, we got our TV, we got this, we got dresser. If you have personal stuff, the only thing you're supposed to have in transitional housing is your freaking clothes, some of your shoes, like some of your makeup. Like, not no like 10 pair of shoes, 20 pair of shoes. Like, we not living like that because we don't have the space. And if you don't have space in your little room, the rooms are very small. If you don't have space in your room for your stuff, it shouldn't be put in no damn garage because that's not fair. One of the other girls got stuff all out in the hallway. I'm just like, what? Shouldn't be that way. Move your crap. You need something? Go get a storage and pay for your storage. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but they be having stuff that they're not really supposed to have. And some people be doing stuff in the house that they're not supposed to do. But these are people that's been there for a while. So some rules apply to some people and other rules don't apply for others. Not the new girls. The rules don't apply for us. So one of the newer girls, one of the older girls, the 2 girls in the house that's been there longer than everybody. They've been there for about a year or whatever. So I was like, yeah, she gets to stay out. Oh yeah, she gets to stay out an extra night because of her job or whatever. So y'all approved for her to stay out, but nobody else can. And I can't stay out anyway. I don't have nowhere to stay. I'm not gonna be staying out, but certain people can do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't bother with them girls like that. I don't really sit and have personal conversations. This morning, I went and heat up my coffee. So I try to make myself friendly, but I'm not going to be too friendly to make y'all think that we're friends or we're cool like that. No, because I see y'all stabbing each other in the back anyway. I see it. I don't want to be a part of that. Because I'm watching you. And the girl, like I told you, the main chick in the house, she's supposed to be like kind of the overseer. She's very nosy. She be tiptoeing down the hallway, telling me stories about other girls that used to be in the house. I say, wow, what happened to this girl? So we was kind of in a conversation today. Because I want to make myself friendly, but I don't want to be like overstepping. Like, we're not friends. So let's not think that's happening. We're not friends. But she was telling me stories about these other girls. And I'm just sitting here listening to her, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just had to let them know that I'm very, like, I am an introvert. So I don't want y'all to be thinking, oh, she's this and she's that. I'm an introvert. So I let her know that. I'm an introvert. I don't do a whole bunch of talking, especially to people I don't know. So yeah, that garage thing kind of got me pissed off because why am I maneuvering around y'all crap? Because if it was me, I'd start putting that crap on the trash truck. Because whose stuff is this? Whose belongings are in that store in there? Whose stuff is that? I don't know, child. I really don't be knowing sometimes, but I pray that God will lead me in the direction I need to go into, and I could just find me something fast. But like I said, it's all about finances. It's all about the money. If you got the money, you can find something, but you gotta have that consistent income, and it's sad because if you don't have a place to live, that's pretty much your own damn fault. And it is. It's my own fault. It is my own darn fault, honey. But this is life, and I talk about my life, honey. So when y'all come here, talking about my life and my experiences, the things that I experience, and things that I go through. And now it's more like transitional housing for me, and I talk about my experience with that too. Talk about my roommates, and we were out talking this morning. I got up and made coffee. I just let her know. I said I don't want y'all to think that I'm like antisocial, and I am very antisocial. But I said I am an introvert, so I put that out there so she knows. She's aware that I don't do a whole bunch of talking because I'm literally sitting back. I'm looking, listening, and I hear. Like when y'all be walking down the hallway, not really the other girls, it's really specifically her. When you walking down that hallway and you walk past my door, I be on the floor anyway doing yoga. Like I got my yoga mats and stuff down there. So I can hear you moving around. You think I'm not, but sometimes since I be laying right down there by that door because I want to see your movements. I want to see how sneaky you are because I know you watching me. Because you was telling me something about the other girls and stuff. So I know you probably watch them too. You watching everybody else, but you probably doing some stuff that you shouldn't be doing, right? Right. But I don't get into those conversations. But I did let her know today that I'm very like I'm an introvert, so she knows. So y'all know I don't got nothing. I don't got too much to say, baby. I don't got too much to say. Hey, Joe Jets, how are you? Since I ain't got too much to say. Sis ain't got too much to say. I am so tired, and I know I say this every time I get off work. I just be super duper tired. I can't wait to hit. I can't wait to hit the bed. I can't wait to hit the stack, honey. Oof. I had a good day at work today. It was kind of busy a little bit. I was thinking because it was snowing this morning. I wanted to call out so bad, but I'm glad that I didn't because it ended up being like sunny. The sun came out and everything kind of cleared up, but when it snowed, I guess it probably got up to like an inch or two. Because that's what the lady at my job was like. Yeah, it was only supposed to snow like an inch. I was like, oh, I'm glad it stopped. So I'm glad that stopped. Because we don't need no more snow, honey. The snow is a thing of the past. And I'm excited. I got my eggs today. The lady at my job, she gives me these farm fresh eggs. Not give, she sells them to me. So, and they're only $5, and they're like farm fresh eggs. And I'm like, I love them. I had them before. So I told her, I said, well, in the morning, that's what I have for breakfast. If I eat breakfast throughout the week, like my work week, I just eat boiled eggs. 2 or 3 boiled eggs. And that's how we do it, honey. So she was like, your eggs are in the refrigerator. Don't forget to get your eggs. I said, girl, listen, I'm not going to forget my eggs, baby. Yes, honey. I love me some boiled eggs. I had them in my noodles today. I had oodles and noodles or bulldog noodles, whatever you want to call them. And I had some last night when I got back to the house. I made some bulldog noodles, put a boiled egg in that thing, and I had some avocados on the side today. So that's what I've been eating. Oodles and noodles, put some vegetables in the bad boys. I haven't really eaten no meat. The last time I had meat, I had bacon for breakfast on Sunday, and I'm gonna make bacon and eggs tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do. That's exactly what we're gonna do. And I can't, like I said, I can't really cook the way I want to, because girl, I be having all kind of stuff in the crock pot. But I don't want to cook like that because I don't want everybody like all in my business because it's not private. You know, everybody, it's always somebody in that house. It's never a moment where, and I'm really talking about the nosy woman. The nosy chick, she is the one that I don't want her in my, she's nosy. She sits in the living room literally all day. So I'm not really crazy about her because I know that she's sneaky and I know that she's like a monitoring spirit for me and for other people too. And I know she watching me and probably watching this other new girl too. And I said, listen, when I get myself together and I get this money that I need to get, I'm out of here. So don't think I'm gonna be here long because I don't plan to be. I really don't plan to be. But she's a sneaky little wench. She's a sneaky little wench. She is. But she be trying to act like she cool. You know, I'm like, girl, I done been around the block with liars and thieves. You know what I'm saying? I done dealt with it all. When you dealt with so much stuff from your own family members, child, stuff that strange people do, strangers be doing, I don't be paying you no mind, dear. I don't be paying you no freaking mind. State troopers is out here too. This is a state highway, so I gotta be careful. I don't drive fast anyway. I don't barely ever get tickets, so I don't get tickets. If I ever get stopped by a cop, he always let me go. But I don't get stopped by cops that often. I think last time I got stopped by a cop was 2 years ago. That's when I was going through all of the eviction had happened, and I think I was out of my I was out of my apartment for like a month or so, maybe a couple weeks or so, and I got stopped by a cop. He was a local cop, and I'm always nice to cops when they stop me. I'm always like, I don't never ask them, "What are you stopping me for, officer?" I don't ever ask them that. Never. They ask me for license registration. I always be having my stuff straight, but I don't never give them attitude or anything. And they always let me go. Some of them might give me a warning, but I never ever get a ticket. But I did get a ticket one time. It was I was on my phone talking to one of my girlfriends, and I had the phone up on my face. So I was so mad because y'all know how much that ticket was? Guess how much the cell phone ticket was? It was my first cell phone ticket and it was $800. I was so freaking mad. Hi, Miss Thomas. How are you tonight? How's everybody doing? Dr. J, how are you? Good evening. I got 19 people watching me. Hello. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I don't even know the name of my channel anymore. I had changed my name from Homeless Single Woman because I used to be a homeless woman. So now I'm living in transitional housing. So I talk about homeless topics. I talk about topics that I go through in my life. So when you guys come here, it's kind of like a vlog channel-esque or whatever, but it's also like, homelessness based, living in your car based, because I've been there. I've been there. I've been eviction. I've been through all of these stages in my life the last 2 years. So I talk about all of what I've been through. That's what I talk about over here. I don't really come here. I don't even make topics. There's no topic. I just talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. So people come here and they relate. If you can relate to anything I'm talking about, you are welcome to be here. Welcome into the conversation. Even though you can't talk to me, I'm the only one talking, but you can definitely text. It's like you're texting me and I'm responding back to your text message. So some people come here and say, "Hey, I'm homeless now," or "I live in my car," or "I live in a shelter too." So I've been through all of that. I'm in transitional housing now, thank God, and I don't really say it's my home; it's temporary. But when my funds come together properly, the way they need to come together, then I can go find me an apartment. But right now, I gotta find this second job fast so I can get out of this transitional housing because I don't want to live with people. I'm over living with strangers because you go from living with family and then you and the family not really getting along, and then you got to live in traditional housing. It's either like a shelter or transitional housing, which I live in now, and you're always going to be living like with like a roommate, and it sucks. I don't have a roommate in my room, but the roommates are in the house. Like, we share a house together, so we all split the bills. Everybody pays their portion. Either you pay monthly or weekly, whatever. But we all split the bills, and yeah, that's what we do. And I'm kind of over the situation. I don't want to live with people anymore, especially strangers. I'd rather just get my own place. But that whole getting your own place comes with finance. So finances have to come correct first before I do anything else. Them finances got to be right, child. So it's a process. Cause ain't nothing cheap out here no more. Rent is not $800 anymore. Rent is not $600. I remember years ago when I first moved into my own apartment. When I first got my first apartment, it was like a 1-bedroom apartment in this big house. It was like a duplex type thing. So it was $545, and that was over 20 something years ago. Over 20 something years ago, the rent was $545, and I remember I used to call my dad in tears, like, because I had two jobs. Like, for some reason, I always had two jobs. Because I always like to have money in my pocket. I don't ever want to be broke. Like, I never want to be like, oh, my car broke down and I gotta wait till I get paid to get it fixed. Like, I always just wanted to go into my bank account, get the money, and pay the bill. I don't have time to be sitting around here waiting for the next pay. I always want to have it. So that's why I always kept two jobs. Always. Because the sis gotta have some money. I can't be sitting around here being broke, honey. So, that's why I always had two jobs. And I always was tired because I'm like, yo, I'm tired of working two jobs, but I like having money. I don't want to have no bank account that's on zero. So I was like, nah, man. If something happened with one of my cars, I want to be able to get it fixed and keep on moving, darling. So one thing I do know how to do is how to move. Like, I always live in an area where there was a bus that I could catch a bus. Very mobile, and the sister know how to move. So I know how to go get some money if I need to. So I'm not gonna be sitting around crying like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. No, I'm not that type of woman. I'm gonna go out here and find that money, and we're gonna go after it. We're gonna go get that money. Once upon a time, I had an apartment, two bath, in a good neighborhood for 800. I really miss those days. Yeah, I remember that my first apartment was 545, and it was cheap, but that was like over 20 years ago. So, and I was young, young and stupid, doing a lot of dumb stuff, not saving, not, but one thing I always did have a consistent work history. Like, I always have a job. Like, I've been working since I was 14 years old. So I definitely have a work history. And if, I know how to go get some money if I need to. Hustling, hustling, hustling. And I'm about to try to figure out how to do affiliate links for Amazon, and just try to figure out some other ways. Maybe I don't have to go into a traditional job placement. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to clock in somewhere. If I could just do all my stuff on social media and make my money that way, I'm fine with that. I don't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's tough out here, man. It's hard out here. And time go by so fast. You think you didn't pay the bill, and then that bill come right again. This is crazy. But life sucks sometimes. Now I see why people be living in their car. I see why they live in their car. When I lived in my car, all I had to do was worry about eating and gas. That's it. I ain't had to worry about paying no freaking rent. That's why people being smart. Like, it's people living in their cars, van life stuff. And I'm not talking about the fake people that's faking it. I'm talking about the real people that's really living that van life stuff. And if you live in a warmer climate and you can get away with that, I say do it. I say do it. Do it for a couple of years until you able to, because a lot of people that's really living van life, living in their car life type stuff like that, they are making money on social media anyway. They might have a really successful social media channel, and they don't have to go clock into to no job. The ones that got them successful channels, they don't have to clock in. They can make their money on social media and just live the van life and travel. Like, it's a lady I watch, but she's like retired. I think she's like from the Navy or something. So I'm sure she gets a pension, but she has a very successful YouTube channel, and all she does is travel. She gets her YouTube cut. She got 2 channels, and she's successful because people really like her. And she got a lot of subscribers. She get a lot of views. Girl, you go, girl. But that YouTube famous stuff, and that is not for everybody. People get what they, some things are not for everybody. So this social media life, especially if you're making money from it, like if you're making side money and you have a job already, you making side money, okay, you could work it how you want to work it. Like my channel, I work it how I want to work it. Some days when I don't want to go live or I don't want to produce anything, because some days I just don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like editing nothing. I don't feel like even going on YouTube today, but I will watch YouTube every day. But sometimes with my channel, sometimes I'm like, I'm a little burnt out. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I just don't care today. But for the people that do YouTube, do social media every day, they have to produce something every day so they can get paid. That's hard because some days you just don't want to. You know what I mean? And you got to come up with things to, like, come up with video ideas and stuff. And I don't have that lifestyle. I just kind of go on whatever's coming out my mouth. Like, I don't have anything set up. Oh, I'm going to make a video tomorrow about this. And I don't have that. I just don't. I don't ever want my channel to even be set up like I gotta have a script and all that. Like I don't care about that. So I mean, it's nice to be organized and everything, but my time is my job, you know, and YouTube is second. So I'm not all cookie cutter, put a whole face of makeup on, and that's not me. So I like to run my channel how I want to run it, and that's it. And that's about it. And I be so happy when the weather gets warmer. I be so happy when the weather changes because y'all is freezing out here. But I'm blessed to have a place to live, and I really feel for the people that's homeless and you can't survive out here in this cold. You're just not going to survive. Definitely. So I totally understand how people become homeless, even though I remember you said you wasn't the issue with your situation as far as payment. Yeah, my situation didn't have anything to do with me not paying rent. My situation had something to do. Maybe one day I'll tell y'all the story. It's so many loopholes in my story that y'all don't know about. But the only thing I talk about on this thing is homelessness. And I just say, my eviction had nothing to do with I didn't pay my rent. And that's all I'm gonna keep it. Because like if you talk too much on this platform and you tell all your business and tell this and tell that and tell this and tell that, people gonna have all this stuff and they're gonna start making videos about you. I mean, they probably maybe start making some about me at some point, but I don't tell it all because I don't have to, right? But my situation as far as the eviction had nothing to do with non-payment of rent, so that should help me when it's time for me to get an apartment. I gotta pull up the history, like my rental history. I want to find that out too. I never knew that there was like a website that has your rental history, just like we have a history of our credit reporting and all this stuff. TransUnion, Equifax, and what's the other one? TransUnion, Equifax, and I forget. There's 3 of them, 3 of the credit bureaus or whatever. There's a history of your credit card, your credit usage. They have one for housing too. I didn't know that. So I got to find out what that is, and I got to tap into that because I want to see what my history is. Even though I know my history in my head, but I want to tap into that and see, because I know an eviction can stay on your credit for 7 years. But like I said, I can go the private landlord route, and I could get something that way. If I come to a landlord and I got $5,000 a month in assets as far as money that I have that I can pay rent, I don't see not one landlord out there that wouldn't accept that. not in the private sector. Like the big time landlords, probably not, because if they see an eviction, but the first thing they're going to say is, what was your eviction for? Was it because you didn't pay your rent? So I believe I have a leg up in that. I don't think I'm going to have any problems with finding me an apartment. It's just, I got to meet that $5,000 per month or better, so I can pay you, so they can see that I have the, if you have money every month and you got a nice amount of money that you have coming in, I could rent, because that's what they want to do. The landlords, they want to rent those spaces. You think they be wanting to have those spaces empty? They want to make money. So some of them are not going to care. They'll look at my money and they say, okay, she got all this money every month, so boom, yeah, we can rent it to her. So I'm not going. I don't believe I'm gonna have a problem. Mine's didn't become, and then they say they're going to ask you again. How long was your eviction? 2 years. So that helps me too, because you've been, for 2 years you consistently still working. So that's all going to help me. Because if it was non-payment of rent, you're going to have some landlords that's going to be like, no. But like I said, I could still go the route of getting a mortgage. I can go try to get me a condo or something like that. Like, I'm not really too worried about finding. It's just the financial part. That's the only thing I'm not I'm failing at right now, is the finances. So I got to get the finances better, because I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with like a landlord or anything like that. Want to talk about Jay and Ori? Who's that? Experian. Yeah, Experian. Yeah. Equifax. Yeah. Private, and get a private landlord. That's what I'm gonna do. Get a private landlord. I'm not really even worried about, like, I just got to get the financial right. Once I get my finances right and I put myself out there to call people, and as soon as they see how much I make a month, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we can rent to her because she got the money. She got, she's been at her job for years. She got these other incomes over here. She got her business, her soap business. I'm gonna have the incomes. I'm not too worried about that. I'm not really worried about anything. I just got to get my money right. So I'm not really too worried. You know how many private landlords exist? Like, a lot. So, and the landlords, like I said, them private landlords, they're hungry to rent those spaces. They don't want to have their space. If they got me and I make over $5,000 a month, do you think that they're going to say, "Oh no, we don't want you because you've been evicted and it's been 2 years"? Okay, if this private landlord says no, the next private landlord is going to say yes. So I'm not feeling no type of way about like that. And then on top of that, I'm coming with good credit. What? Don't play with her. Everything is going to be okay, man. Long as you coming correct. Because I said, when I was evicted and I went into all this stuff 2 years ago, the first thing I said I had to do was get my credit straight. When my niece put me out of her house, I was already building credit. My credit right now, and I got into credit late in the game. I got into credit in my 40s, which I wish I got into credit in my 20s, but I didn't know no better. My parents didn't teach us anything about that credit situation. And I wish that they did, but I had to learn along the way. I didn't know how important credit was and how credit can help your life. And I pay my credit cards. I don't be playing around with that. Because when I wake up and I have my credit went down some points, I don't like that. I don't like that. It makes my whole day. I be like, damn, I lost 3 points today. Guess what? Those points will be back on there next month. And I'm making sure of that. So I don't like when my credit goes down. When I lose points, I really be bothered by that. So I take my credit very seriously. But like I said, by the time 2026 is over, I'm going to have excellent credit. Y'all watch. They're going to be sending me all kind of stuff. I mean, they send me credit cards and stuff now, but I don't want to get caught in that cycle of having, because my ex roommate, the one I talked to y'all about when I used to live with her, don't y'all know this lady had like 50 credit cards, and she claimed she had good credit. She had like 50 credit cards, and then she ended up filing for bankruptcy. I said, so you get all these credit cards and you max them all out, and you don't pay them back, and then you file for bankruptcy, and then they start sending you a whole bunch of more. Like, it's a joke. Like, the credit card life is a joke. That's why I only want to keep myself. I only want to keep the cards that I have. I don't want nothing else. I'm not getting caught up in that credit card scam, because it's a scam. Even the ones I have is a scam. But I do want to have good credit, and that's it. Your eviction didn't fuck much on that was weird. Your eviction didn't what? Oh, you don't even got credit. It's Experian. The other one. Okay. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And then I know if you have a business, and that's another thing I want to do. I do have my business and I do have a tax ID number for my sole business, so that's official. But I don't have. I have to get my business accounts. I got to get that set up and start ordering my products from. I got to get my business credit good too, because when you have good business credit and you have good credit, you can go a long way with even that. So I do my research. Like I do my research on social media, like on YouTube. I find the information, I take my notes, and I go after it. Like the information is in our hands. Like we have access to so much. There's so much so many people can do. You don't even need money to start a business. Like you don't need money to start a business. You just can get a business and build off of that. Like whatever it is that you are good at doing, find a way that you can make a business out of it. That's it. And learn along the way. Like YouTube is such they have tons of people on YouTube that's teaching you things, and a lot of people are teaching you stuff for free. So everything is not always, oh, you got to pay for this class and pay for that class. I'm not paying nobody for nothing on YouTube. You know why? Because you can find the information for free anywhere. You don't have to pay people to sit here. You don't have to pay a pretty or a good-looking guy or a pretty woman because they're attractive and they're selling you a class for $800 for information that you could just find yourself. Like what? They're telling you something that you already can find for yourself. I don't understand why people get caught up in those scams. And I'm not even saying that they're scams. They're not even scams really, because if a person figures that, oh, I'm a good looking person, so people going to like to watch me on social media. And then people going to buy my $800 class, which you could just Google the information. You don't have to pay this person $800 to just sit and tell you something because they look good. Like, I'm not saying that they're scamming. I'm just saying that people, you're crazy for spending $1,000 on classes with information that you can find yourself. Like, there's no way in heck that you're going to catch me paying no one on YouTube. How do you start a business? What? You can find that information out on your own self for free. But it's a hustle game out here. You know, YouTube has turned into this big thing where people feel like they need information from others instead of trying to find the information themselves. So, oh, you haven't had a credit card in years. Yeah, it's just the way that my life is, I need to have decent credit. You feel extra crappy. The lady from YouTube named AJ with the dog. Oh, that's who you were talking about. Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all. I can't really keep up with the comments, but I'm not trying to get into the credit card game. I'm not trying to have 10 credit cards. And I don't want to get sucked into that. You can have one credit card and be okay with one. But of course, they're going to keep trying to give you stuff. I don't want to get caught in that cycle, and I'm not going to get myself caught. I have 3 credit cards, and that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Because once I get everything I need to get out the game and see my good credit is going to help with my soap business when that gets off the ground again, and then I start my business credit, because business credit is very important too. And if you have good business credit and you have good personal credit, you can go very far with that, because I've done my research. I understand the game of business. I understand taxes. I understand this. I understand that. It's so much information that's free. Stop paying for these classes that these people are charging you for when it's information that you can get on your own. And I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. If they want to charge you to talk about I can better your credit, stop letting a lot of people scam y'all. Because you don't need to let someone else have access to your credit. You can better your credit yourself. You can do that on your own. I used to think that way. I used to think like credit repair. Credit repair. No, you just go to the 3 credit unions and figure out what your credit status is. And if you have stuff in collections, you got to figure out how you're going to get that stuff together so you can get that stuff off your collections. But if you're in so much debt, you got 50,000 credit cards. I don't know where you're going to start from. That's just too much. But I got 3, and that's enough for me. I told you my ex roommate, she had like 50 or 60 credit cards. I mean, this girl had credit cards for dumb stuff like Home Depot. Why would you need a Home Depot credit card? Like why? I would just get like a bank card. Why would you go? I need a Walmart card. I need a Wawa gas card. And you don't need all these cards. Just get one or two cards that's not affiliated with any specific business. Just get a regular card, like a regular bank card. The bank history, that matters too. Banks that you've been at, that's why I got my credit card. My second credit card came through my bank. And as I continue to grow with them and bank with them, and I've been banking with them for a long time, that helps me too. So I got a lot of stuff I got to do, man. And it's not going to do nothing but keep going up from here. Like I'm going to continue to grow myself, my business, my soul business. I love my soul business. It's not active right now, but it's about to get active again. And I'm proud of myself, man. I came a long freaking way. I really came a long way. And I got so many plans. Like I'm going home now, but I got my notebooks, man. Everything that I have in my mind to do, I'm going to write it down because it's all going to happen within the next 6 months. It's all about to take place. Y'all going to see because I'm going to share it with y'all when it happens, you know? So, like I said, I'm very proud of myself for just keep my head up and keep on going. You're not going to ever see me sweat. All you need is a Walmart card. Facebook. I haven't had a credit card in years. Yeah, I'm new at the credit card game. I only had credit cards like 2 years. It's been 2 years that I've had credit. And when I got an eviction, I was like, oh, it's time for me to get a credit card now so I can figure out the game and learn it myself, you know? And like I said, having good credit can get you in some places, honey. I'm saying it can get you into houses and it can get you into some cars if you have good credit. And I'm not the type of woman to be, oh, I'm gonna go get me a Benz or anything like that. But you know, I have a decent car now. Toyota's fine for me, you know. But you can get yourself into a nice car if you have good credit. You ain't got to worry about no co-signer. Sometimes you ain't got to worry about a down payment. So having good credit can get you some places, honey. Wow, that hotel. I'm looking at this hotel. They got bright lights surrounded everywhere. I don't know if these hotels are figuring out that people are doing their life. And they got these bright lights outside. I ain't never seen a hotel that bright in my life. I just rolled past this hotel and it has like surround lights. It's just you could see everything in the parking lot. I guess a sign of the times that we living in because we living in crazy times. I don't have a Walmart card. I do not have a Walmart card. Yo, when I get to my hour mark, I'm gonna get off. I'm almost to the house, you know. I only really come here to chit chat and talk to y'all while I'm getting from one area to the next. But tomorrow is Sunday, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow. But if I don't do a live stream, it's definitely going to be some content coming out from me. So y'all watch out. If you guys could support what you see, like when my content come out, can you like it? If you want to share it on your channel, that would be awesome. That's a way that you can help me grow, you know. My YouTube is doing pretty good, you know, for me sharing my story and everything like that. People are really, they're into what I have to talk about. They're into my story. And you know, my story is a real thing. This is not me fabricating anything. This is my real life. So when you guys support me and watch the videos, it's appreciated. I see the watch time going up. I see everything because I put in the time, I put in the work, I put in the extra effort to bring something for myself. Because like I said, I'm going to look back at this in a year or 6 months and say, wow, I remember when I was in that position. I remember when I was in, this is like a video journal for my life. That way I could look back and say, wow, I came a long way. I came a long way from being broken, from almost being broken. So look at me now, transitional housing, going from a shelter, going from being kicked out of family's house. God has never took his hand off my life. God's never taken his hand off my life. So for that, I'm grateful. I'm so happy and grateful, man, because I'm moving on up. So when you guys see my videos and stuff come out, even tonight, if you guys ain't doing nothing, please go look at my playlist. Watch the videos. Don't skip through the ads, because when you watch the ads, that helps my channel grow. That helps put money in my pocket for me to help, for me to try to get to an apartment at some point. It's another form of income for me. So when y'all watch my videos, that helps me out. I appreciate every donation. I have people that donate. It's all appreciated. Trust me, everything's going to a great cause. And it's going for my life, for me to build my life again. Because I definitely need to, find my own suitable housing for me. I need a lease, y'all. I need a lease or a deed with my name on it. And I'm getting closer and closer to it. I'm definitely getting closer and closer to it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I thank you guys for coming here every single day, supporting me, man. I don't really like this morning. I had a kind of a rant. I started talking about my family again. And some people come in my inbox and say, "Why are you still talking about?" Because I can. That's why. I can. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. I can talk about, hey, the sky is blue. I can say the sky is blue 20 times on my own channel because this is my channel. Nobody can really come here and tell me you should talk about this. Or I'm not a cookie cutter YouTuber. So I'm not a cookie cutter YouTuber. I stay in my own lane and I just do my own thing. But I'm glad that I opened up this channel because people come here and tell me their stories all the time. Some people are homeless. Some people are living in shelters too. Some people, I just try to encourage people. People inbox me all the time and tell me their story. So I just tell you, if you're going through, keep on going. If you're going through homelessness and you have a job, you are doing a lot better than most people. If you have money in your pocket, whether it's through welfare or whatever it's through, that's going to help your situation. But you got to have some kind of money in your pocket. You can't be homeless and don't have nothing, because how you going to eat? You know what I mean? How you going to eat? This whole process of me being homeless and stuff like that, guess what I always had? A job. I always had money in my pocket. Sometimes I'm running on fumes and I don't have no money. I gotta pay this, pay that, pay this, like a regular person, right? Regular people paying their bills every day. We're all regular people paying our way in society. But I just so happen to talk about it. So even if you have a story and you're not funny bunny with YouTube, talk about your story. See if you can open up a social media account on anything, Facebook, whatever. Wherever you want to tell your story, go tell it. Because trust me, it's going to be some people out here that's going to relate to your story, and they're interested in what you have to say. Some people look at me and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe someone's watching her. Oh my God, look at her hair. She's not even." I don't care how I look coming on here. I'm just so comfortable with myself that I don't care what I come across as. I'm okay with myself. I'm comfortable with me. And that's it. That's how you can become successful on any platform. When you're being yourself and people can see that you're being yourself and you're not putting on airs, you're not trying to just go crazy. Just do your own thing, stay in your lane, do your thing, love yourself, love what you do. Whatever you bring it to the table, keep doing it because somebody's listening to you. Somebody is definitely listening to your story. So for that, I'm definitely grateful, guys. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. And now, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing any live streams tomorrow because honestly, I don't know if I'm even going to leave the house tomorrow. So I think I will be here in B Square. And I think I'll be here just kind of relaxing, maxing and relaxing, doing absolutely nothing. But I'm definitely going to get up and make a breakfast tomorrow. So when I make my breakfast, I'm probably going to record it there. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you guys for all the 23 people. Thank you for the gift I received. I will talk to y'all tomorrow, okay? And if I don't talk to y'all tomorrow, I'll have some content out. So if you guys want to tonight, can you please go to my playlist? Run some of them videos up, like the videos, watch the ads. I know nobody likes watching the ads, but thank you. When you're watching the ad, just think about that you're supporting me. So I'll talk to y'all soon, okay? I love you guys. I want you guys to be safe. Be safe. Be safe out here. It's a crazy world that we live in. Be on your P's and Q's. Keep your head on the swivel, honey, because you can't trust nobody. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I love you.